and there's a heaviness in her chest she doesn't quite understand yet. It's not anger anymore. It's not even confusion. It's something quieter, something that shows up when the house is silent and the distractions finally stop working. She told herself she moved on. She told her friends she's fine, but late at night, when no one's watching, she wonders if she made the wrong choice. And here's what no one ever explains. Regret doesn't arrive all at once. It doesn't knock on the door and introduce itself. It builds in layers, slow, subtle, inevitable. So if you've been sitting there asking yourself whether she even thinks about you, whether walking away mattered, whether she's out there thriving while you're still rebuilding, you need to understand what's really happening on the other side of that silence. Because this isn't about hoping she comes back. This isn't about tricks, manipulation, or games. This is about understanding human psychology so deeply that you stop measuring your worth by someone else's response time. And if you're tired of shallow advice, quick fixes, and feel-good lies that leave you stuck in the same place, you're exactly where you need to be. Hit that subscribe button right now. Not for me, for you. Because choosing clarity over comfort already puts you ahead of most people trapped in the same emotional cycle. Now let's be real. Most of what you've heard about no contact is either incomplete or flat out wrong. You've heard it makes her miss you. You've heard it gives her space to realize what she lost. You've heard it rebuilds attraction. And yes, sometimes it does. But that's not the full story. What no one talks about is the emotional journey she goes through when you truly disappear. Not the fake disappearing where you still like her posts, still watch her stories, still leave digital breadcrumbs. I mean the real kind, where your presence is gone, your attention is gone, your energy is gone, and that absence triggers something primal, something she wasn't prepared for. It happens in stages, and the first stage is relief. This is where most men completely lose control. You expect her to panic. Instead, she looks fine, maybe even happier. She's posting more, going out more, smiling in every picture, and you're sitting there thinking, she doesn't care. This meant nothing. I should reach out. Wrong. Completely wrong. Relief is not indifference. Relief is the body releasing tension. Think about it. If the relationship ended with arguments, emotional distance, frustration, and unresolved issues, then the breakup feels like putting down a heavy emotional weight. She's not trying to fix things anymore, not managing emotions, not walking on eggshells. That pressure disappears, and for a moment, it feels amazing. But here's what you need to understand. Relief is shallow. It's surface level. It's like finally dropping a heavy bag you've been carrying. Your arms feel better, but that doesn't mean you didn't need what was inside the bag. It just means you were exhausted. So when you see her laughing, posting, living life, don't confuse that with being over you. It simply means she hasn't realized what she lost yet. That realization doesn't happen in stage one. She's still riding the freedom wave, still convinced she made the right decision. And your job is to let her. Don't interrupt it. Don't text. Don't remind her of memories. Don't look for validation. Let her enjoy the relief, because what comes next hits harder. Stage two is distraction. Now she fills the empty space aggressively. Yes to every plan, girls' nights, gym sessions, new hobbies, work overload, maybe even someone new. Her schedule is packed, her phone is busy. From the outside, it looks like she's thriving. But here's the truth. Distraction isn't healing. Distraction is avoidance. It's the mind running from emotional pain, because the moment she slows down, the moment she sits still, she has to feel the weight of the breakup. And she's not ready for that yet, so she keeps moving. Not physically, emotionally, staying busy enough to avoid thinking about you, busy enough to avoid missing you, busy enough to avoid questioning her decision. And this is where most men sabotage everything. They see her moving on and panic. If I don't do something now, I'll lose her forever. So they text. They reach out. They send the "I've been thinking about you" message. They show up in her life during the exact moment she's trying to escape the emotions of losing it. And all that does is confirm her decision. Because now she sees you as stuck. Still chasing, still needing her. You make yourself smaller in her eyes. Worse, you interrupt the process that would have naturally pulled her back, because distraction never lasts. It can't. Eventually, the noise fades. The schedule clears. The newness wears off. And that's when stage 3 arrives. Curiosity. It doesn't come with drama. It starts with one quiet thought. I wonder what he's doing. That's it. She's not crying, not texting, not even fully aware of why you popped into her head. But you're there. And here's why. By now, the emotional intensity has faded. The anger is gone. The frustration is gone. And when pain decreases, memory becomes selective. The hard moments blur. The good moments sharpen. She remembers your laugh, the way you listened, the way she felt safe, the inside jokes, the random nights that meant nothing then, but everything now. And curiosity grows. She wonders if you're okay, if you miss her, if you've moved on. So she checks quietly. Maybe your social media, maybe a mutual friend, maybe a place you used to go together. She's testing emotionally, without admitting it. And this is where silence becomes powerful. Because if you look broken, if you look stuck, if you look miserable, she feels nothing. But if your energy has changed, if you're growing, if you're building, if you no longer need her to feel whole, that curiosity deepens, and it pushes her into stage 4, concern. Now it's not just, I wonder what he's doing. It becomes, why hasn't he reached out? This is where the silence starts to feel loud, because she expected you to chase. Most men do. They crack. They send the drunk text, the birthday message, the confession. She was ready for it. But you didn't. You stayed gone. And now that absence speaks louder than any words ever could. And that's when she starts questioning everything. And that realization carries her into stage 5, nostalgia. This is where it stops being mental and becomes emotional. Now she doesn't just remember the past, she feels it. A song comes on and it wrecks her. She sees a couple doing something you used to do and her chest tightens. She scrolls old photos, old texts, old memories, and sinks into what once was. This isn't logical anymore, it's physical. That deep ache no distraction can numb, because nostalgia isn't really about the past. It's about the absence of the present. It's realizing that something that once felt normal, steady, and constant is gone, and you never understood how important it was until it disappeared. This is where she starts romanticizing the relationship. The struggles fade, the reasons for leaving shrink. All that remains is the feeling, the warmth, the safety, the version of herself she was when she was with you, and she misses that. Not because you were perfect, but because life felt fuller then. Nothing since has filled that space. Not the distractions, not the new people, not the independence. And quietly, privately, in moments she can't escape, she begins wondering if she made a mistake. She doesn't say it out loud, but she feels it. And if you're still silent, still gone, still growing, that nostalgia deepens into something heavier. Stage 6, regret. This is the turning point, because regret isn't just missing you. Regret is realizing she lost something that may never come back. It's the sinking realization that the door she walked through might be closed now, that the man she left no longer exists, that she didn't just lose you, she lost the future you could have built together, the experiences, the life, the love that could have grown deeper. And this hurts differently, because until now, she could comfort herself with the idea that she could always return, that you'd take her back. That it wasn't final, but your silence tells a different story. Your growth tells a different story. Your absence makes it real. Now she's sitting with the possibility that she fumbled something real, that she let go because she was confused, scared, or convinced the grass was greener. Maybe it was, for a moment. But that moment passed, and now everything looks empty. She regrets the timing, the words she didn't say, the effort she didn't give, the relationship she didn't fight for. And this regret isn't loud. It's quiet, constant. It shows up at 2 a.m. when sleep won't come, when she's with someone new and realizes they'll never know her like you did, when something good happens and she wishes you were there to share it. It follows her everywhere, and it exists for one reason, because you're gone. But here's where most men get it wrong. They think regret automatically means reconciliation. They think feeling this guarantees she'll come back. Sometimes she will. Sometimes she won't, but that's not the point. Her regret doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't erase the past. It doesn't promise change. It's just a human emotion she has to live with. And whether she reaches out or not does not define your value. You're not healing for her response. You're building a life so strong that her regret becomes irrelevant. And that's the shift. When you stop tying your growth to her reaction, you've already won, not over her, over the version of you that needed her to feel whole. And that leads to stage 7, acceptance or action. One of two things happens. Either she accepts it's over, that you've moved on, that the chapter is closed, and she finally begins her own real healing, or she acts. She reaches out, admits she was wrong, says she misses you, wants another chance. Both are possible, but you don't control which one happens. You can't force regret. You can't manipulate emotions. All you control is you, your growth, your boundaries, your direction. And if she comes back, you get to decide whether that even fits your life anymore. Because here's the truth nobody talks about. Sometimes by the time she's ready, you aren't. Sometimes the man you become during no contact outgrows the relationship you once begged for. And that's not loss. That's evolution. You become someone who doesn't need another person to feel valuable, someone who doesn't depend on validation to feel confident, someone who doesn't require regret from others to know their worth. You walk into rooms without looking for approval. You build a life so strong people are drawn to it naturally. You love yourself enough that being chosen or not chosen no longer shakes you. That's the real goal. That's what no contact is truly for. Not to get her back, to get yourself back. Now imagine this, 6 months from now, maybe a year, there's a new version of you. You wake up with purpose, not because someone's texting you, but because you've built a life worth waking up for. Your routine serves you. You're disciplined. You're in shape. Not for attention, but because strength feels better than regret. You're learning, growing, building skills. You've cut out the habits that kept you small, the people who drained you, the distractions that numbed you. Your life finally reflects the respect you have for yourself. And people notice, not because you're trying, because you're different, calmer, grounded, confident. And eventually, she notices too. Maybe directly, maybe through others. Maybe she just feels it. And it hits her. This version of you doesn't need her. This version isn't broken or waiting. This version has moved on through growth, not bitterness. And that hits harder than any message ever could. Because the man she left isn't that man anymore. He's stronger, more complete. And she realizes too late that she didn't create this man. You did. And now regret feels different. This time it's mixed with respect. Because you didn't chase. You chose yourself. And that choice is the most powerful thing you could have ever done. But understand this. It's not about revenge. It's not about making her hurt. It's about becoming someone you're proud of, whether she ever looks back or not. Because even if she never regrets it, you still win. Because you built this life for you, for your future, for healthier relationships, for peace, for the moment you stopped giving your worth to people who couldn't see it. That's the transformation. That's what no contact really teaches. It's not a tactic. It's a reclaiming of your identity, your energy, your future. So stop wondering what stage she's in. Stop waiting for silence to work. Stop giving her power over your healing. Your growth isn't on her timeline. Your value isn't determined by her realization. You are enough right now, and the discipline you're building isn't for her. It's for you. And when that finally clicks, everything changes. She might come back, she might not. But by then, it won't matter the way it once did, because you'll be too busy becoming the man you were always meant to be. And if you're ready to fully commit to that version of yourself, subscribe. Choose growth over comfort, clarity over chaos, discipline over distraction. This isn't about quick fixes. This is about real transformation, the kind most people avoid. And if you've made it this far, you're already different. You already chose the harder path. And that decision is the beginning of everything. Don't waste it. Keep going. You're closer than you think.